So, episode 11 or 12, At the Edge of Shadow, was when you encounter this thing that you had made the deal with Marcuson to clear out, so that you guys could call it clear. Yes. And I'm not sorry.
We were face to face at that episode.
Yeah, this was the real life episode. Well, you guys were face to face. I was in this room because for sound design issues, as I may have mentioned, we run on very low tech.
But it was pretty cool to actually be like physical space for that whole thing.
Right. Right, for that awful, evil, terrible fight.
And I get the bonus of like popping a popper over David's head. There was a whole thing there. It was great.
Right. Right, and that fight was interesting, not just because the big bad had an interesting gimmick, but the will-o'-the-wisps added a level to that. It's the 3-dimensional combat thing. Plus it makes sure that you guys can't just cluster on the bad guy and tank him out, partly because he's super mobile, partly because they'll poke at you.
Will-o'-the-wisps are terrible in D&D. There was a really fun will-o'-the-wisp character in a show I used to watch called So Weird, so I used to like them, but I don't like them anymore.
That show?
So Weird? You remember that?
Yeah. I love that show.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a will-o'-the-wisp that was I think it possessed one of the characters, like her brother, I think. It's been a long time since I've seen it. That was a fun episode, but yeah, every time I see them in D&D, they are horrible. Horrible.
I use them diabolically, and I'm never sorry. And also in this case, partly to create the shadows that he could jump back and forth from, and partly to just, distract and confuse. Once again, your ranger saved the day on those ones.
Yeah.
So this was a pivotal episode, because this is the one where you guys bit down so hard on my off-the-head improvised bullshit that I actually had to sit down and create a plot. All of those other hooks, could have left behind, whatever. Now this one with when you finally finished that fight and you cast Speak with Dead on the remains to get info, and I saw this potentially coming. I had a little bit figured out as this thing in the background that's happening at high levels. But no, you guys just wanted to do it.
Yep.
I was trying really hard to be a necromancy bard. It's just really not working, unfortunately. It's not enough opportunity.
Fire.
It better about fire. Fire's more useful, and necromancy there's just not enough spells. I would have to go into straight spell creation, and then at that point just would need to play a necromancer, and that's probably for another game.
Maybe you could be a necromancer groupie as a bard,
I think that's what she just likes dead things. We have a friend who makes art out of dead things, and I'm taking inspiration from that.